for pound, we the best around.
We designated Spittaz live every week. Designated homie cause we sticky heat. We designated Spittaz deep. Talking Yankee baseball, hip-hop for the streets. We designated, we innovative. We designated Spittaz time, what you know. We designated, we innovative. We designated Spittaz, let's start the show.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the one, the only designated Spittaz, man. Who is this guy right over here? What's Rod Thompson doing up in here? Rod, what's going on, fam?
What's good? What's going on, man?
Same old, fam. Same old, man. Hey, look, you know what? You know the crazy thing is? The Yankees are about to start a playoff series. And I tell you what, I got to be honest. It's kind of like a spoiler, but it's legit. I feel like I feel pretty good.
I do too. I mean, I think that with the with the current changes that are being made as far as the roster construction right now, I feel good. And at the end of the day, the Yankees just need to go out there. They need to perform. They have the pieces. I think with Severino coming back and performing the way he is, and Nestor, I think that's a solid 1-2. And I hate to put Cole at 3, but obviously, we know that we have no expectation for Cole right now. Like, there's really no expectation. So, I really feel good about it. I think the bullpen will piece it together. I think there might be all you need is one. You need one guy out of that bullpen to show up and perform.
Facts. No doubt about it. Let's go over. Let's start here for a second because I know, and everybody, by the way, shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate you. Please like, share, and subscribe to NyynewsTV.
Absolutely.
You guys already know the deal.
Yep.
You guys already know the deal. Real quick, too, make sure you go to Apple Podcasts, leave a 5-star review. Keep doing that because these are going to immediately be going over to iTunes. So you can listen to it in your car, chilling, relaxing. You want to hear the Spittaz spit for you? Go ahead. Put it on. You guys already know the deal. But going into the first topic, I got to talk about the news for today before we go into the ALDS stuff, and it kind of impacts that a little bit.
Yeah.
Aroldis Chapman was basically told, hey, man, go back to Miami. We'll see you later. Now, Aaron Boone left the door open a little bit that Chapman maybe could be on the ALCS or whatever if they get there. At the end of the day, here's the thing with Chapman, and basically what happened, guys, if you do not know this, the Yankees told Chapman basically to go home. He missed a mandatory practice, which is not a good look when you've shit the bed all year. It's not a good look at all. So, Rod, let me give you real quick from my side, and then I'll give you
go ahead. No, absolutely.
And talk about it. I just simply want to say shout out to Aaron, and you guys know I'm their biggest critic. Shout out to Aaron Boone. Shout out to Brian Cash. Shout out to Yankees leadership. You made the right call. You should have done it with the tattoo stuff, but it is what it is. You made the right call here.
I mean, at the end of the day, when you think about Aroldis Chapman, he has consistently have been going in the wrong direction. Since the Houston home run that he gave up to Altuve, I just think that he's in his own way, and it's a shame because I think the guy is extremely talented. I think there's other pitchers out in the MLB with the same stuff that Aroldis, same arsenal, and they're able to perform because it is 99% mental, 1% physical in baseball. So with Aroldis, I think it's addition by subtraction with him being gone because I do think that, you're just cutting the fat off and just allowing the team to come home, man, because you don't need that distraction at this point of the season. And for him not to show up, that speaks volumes as far as where his mental state is at, and it's unfortunate.
That tells you you're right. It tells you everything you need to know about who he is as a player and what he really cares about. The whole tattoo situation, going back to that, it's good and done. I tweeted about it, and I was like, this was a great move by the Yankees leadership, good call. Somebody was like, oh, now you're doing the Yankees bidding. I can't believe you're doing this. And I'm like, bro, giving a team criticism when I feel it's right. Doesn't matter if it should have happened before. Yeah, I could agree with that too. But this was the right call to move on from Aroldis Chapman at this point and say, hey, look. And here's the other crazy thing about Chapman. With all the injuries to the Yankees bullpen, this is probably the worst time for you to do something stupid like this.
Exactly.
So as Ross said, you're right. It shows on you more than anybody else.
You think about what I think it was 2019. Worst timing with Domingo Germán when he got into that incident with 2019, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I mean, Yankees were on a roll. He was pitching really well, and then in the postseason, you didn't have him.
Yeah.
So it's just terrible timing. But you know what? I'm all for Chapman right now. So
Yep.
I think the Yankees have the pieces. We got F. Ross is back, right? So F. Ross is pitching.
F. Ross is back. We're going to obviously be without Marinaccio, which is a big one.
Mhm.
We are yet to know what's going to go on with Clay Holmes and Wandy Peralta. So my gut feeling really is that the Yankees probably let Clay Holmes sit the last week out or so just to say, hey, look, it's obviously not there. Let's sit him out because the best case scenario is we'll have you back for the ALDS and we get you back in there.
Yeah.
All these days in between, the Yankees aren't sitting home on a couch.
Yeah.
They're out there, they're working, they're seeing what the roster is going to look like. We got one more big news on the roster, and then we'll discuss that a little more and discuss the whole ALDS.
And if I'm Matt Blake, my conversation right now, I'm talking to Jonathan Loizaga.
Big point. Big point.
You really need to what you're capable of doing. And when Jonathan Loizaga is on, he's lights out. I think that's the reason why the Yankees kind of held on to Aroldis Chapman, because Jonathan Loizaga didn't perform well. He kind of went back. He went back for a second.
He did.
So I think if the Yankees are going to be successful, we can get him going with Trevino, with Efros. You got a lot. That's three right there that's enough to get things done.
And I'll tell you this. When it comes to the Yankees bullpen, and hell, we can start there and then get in, of course, to the matchup. But just speaking on the Yankees bullpen alone, I'll say this. I think there's two guys. You already named one of them that I think are going to be very important. Johnny Loizaga, we already know that, right? John Loizaga is going to have to be late in those games. I really hope, and the Yankees haven't really done this, so maybe they won't. I think Lou Trevino is a huge a shift changer, so to say, for the New York Yankees. He came over, pitched the under a 2 ERA. He was absolutely fantastic. Great stuff. Yeah, he gets a little wild. We know that. But I think those are the two guys with those right arms that have the stuff to put fires out quick. And I got a feeling that you're going to see Lou Trevino in that role more. Maybe it's the fourth inning. And it's a big situation. You got to get 2 Ks, and he's the guy they go to because they've done that a little bit with him already. John Loizaga is going to be later in games, I believe. Yeah. But now without, like you said, without Holmes, without all these other guys, that's the biggest question mark for the Yankees right now, I believe, is the bullpen. What is that setup going to look like? How is Boone going to manage it?
Absolutely.
So that's where I am with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's extremely important, man. I think about, but the most important thing is like this year, we actually got guys that can give you some length. So our 3 starters can give you some length. I think he's going to let Severino go a little bit further, especially dominating. He'll let him go into the 6th, 7th inning. Cole, should be. I should be marking him down for 8. Like I know he's giving me 8.
And we're gonna start there first. So let's do this. Let's jump right into the American League Division Series. We know. I tell you what, I called one of those games. I would have called the third one likely if it wasn't a sweep, but the Guardians just said, hey, nobody wants to score. Well, we'll win in the 15th. No big deal.
Facts.
But I tell you what, it is the Yankees. It's the Guardians versus the Yankees. We're at Yankee Stadium immediately to start this thing off Tuesday night. Guys, of course, Game Season Live Tuesday. Be there at about, I would say be there about, depending on, we don't even know what time the game is. So what am I talking about? I don't know if the game's 8, 7:30. We have no idea what time the game's going to be. I would assume it's going to be the primetime game. Mm-hmm. So I assume that. So when we get that, be there 30 minutes early because we're going to start early. That'd be myself and Bad Dog Sports calling that game. So it's going to be really exciting. Giveaways.
That's going to be legendary right there.
Man, giveaways galore, stuff like that. We're really going to go in for you guys that day. So make sure you're there a little early. When it comes to this matchup, look, the Guardians, I am not taking nothing away from the Guardians.
Nope.
They're a good team. Could they pull off what I believe everybody in baseball would assume is an upset? Of course, baseball got to be played. You can sit there and look at the paper all day and go, hey, the Yankees are the better team. The Yankees are the better team. They should win this series. But at the end of the day, you have to play the ball games. And the first thing we know immediately is the Guardians got good pitching. But on the Yankee side, we're going to talk because I saw Bieber pitch. He was fantastic. He looked amazing. But I'll talk about him. But here's what I'm going to talk about right now first. Garrett Cole.
Yep.
Ra, I want you to go ahead. Give me your opinion on what I know we said no expectations, but when it came to facing the Guardians, I'm sorry. I do have an expectation now. I want to hear what you think.
All right. I think, when I look at Garrett Cole, again, if I'm Matt Blake, I'm having these conversations. I'm saying, Garrett, let's forget about what happened during the regular season, right? I need you to go out there and just start by start. Just give me one solid start at a time. Don't overthink it. Trust your stuff. Trust your fastball.
Bingo.
He needs to go out there and he just needs to perform, because he's too talented and he gets paid way too much. And obviously he's a guy that overthinks, but he overcomplicates it. And you know how many pitchers would want his stuff? You want to put him up there with DeGrom and Scherzer, and he has the ability to, but I just think that he needs to show me that he can't get rattled. I'm not saying that I want him to give up a first inning home run, but if he gives up a first inning home run and then shuts down the next 7 innings, then that's showing me that there's some level of growth that he's not completely unraveling, So I think that we're going to see very early coming on, we're going to see how he responds if he gives up a couple hits and then has been on base in the first inning and is like third one out. Let's see how he responds on that. And then that's going to tell you if he's made any adjustment and what type of pitcher the Yankees have going forward.
Yeah, no question, man. I've said it all. I think during his last couple of starts and his last couple of outings, I was like, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do for me personally. I'm canceling all expectation. Mm-hmm. All of it at all. I was like, you know what? There's going to be no expectation for me, and we'll figure out what happens. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens there. Now, knowing the matchup, I need Garrett Cole to shove Raw.
Yeah.
I need Garrett Cole to sit there and let me be happy.
Give me 7.
You know what I mean?
No, give me
I
7.
need Garrett. Bro.
Give me 7. Give me 7.
Yes.
4 hits, 9 games. He doesn't have to
I'm going to say this.
15.
And Rob, I've called these games. This is the most attention I've ever paid to playoff baseball because now I'm calling a lot of these games. I saw Yu Darvish go out there and pitch terrific. I saw Shane Bieber go out there and pitch terrific. I saw McClanahan go out there and pitch terrific. There's more guys. The ace of the staff must set the tone. Guys, I can't put this out there any more direct than just that. Is that Garrett Cole needs to put the Yankees on his shoulders and go, guys, I'm going to set the tone for what this postseason is going to be. And when I dominate, the next club is going to be upset to face me. I don't care if it's Houston. Yeah. I don't care if it's Seattle. They know they're going to face the best Garrett Cole.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what he must do. So
and he
for
needs to
me,
feed off the fans.
Correct.
Yeah,
100%.
Yankee Stadium is going to be off the chain on Tuesday.
Bro, I'm so happy you said that. You know why? I said it in that first inning. Let there be 2 outs. You strike that guy out. I want to hear a roar from my room right here. I want my camera to shake. Because you're right. You got to feed off the fans. You got to have that. You got to have that fire and you show it. You could talk about it, but I need to see you do it. We've seen Sevy do it. Hell, we've seen Cole do it sometimes. But I need to see it on Tuesday night. I need to see this guy go 7. Okay, somebody else threw it in the chat. Thank you. I forgot about him. Luis Castillo absolutely dominated. Yeah. He's the reason. That's the reason they got him. He did what they want him to do. Now, Garrett Cole needs to dominate. You already said 7 innings, 8 innings. I want the same thing. If you give him a run or 2, if you give me 7 or 8, I'm a happy guy. Yeah. But I want that Shane Bieber performance. I want that McClanahan performance. He made 1 mistake, 2 runs. Okay, it cost him. He lost. But nobody's mad at McClanahan. I want that Yu Darvish 7 innings, 1 run. I want that Luis Castillo 7 2/3 or whatever, no runs. That is what I need to see from Garrett Cole. Because big if, because I don't see it happening. And maybe that's me being a moron, and I'm being honest. Maybe that's me being over-optimistic. Maybe that's me undervaluing the Guardians.
Yeah.
But, I tell you what, if this guy doesn't go 5+ innings, 5 innings at all, he gets shut out before the 5th. He gives up 4 runs in 5. They're not hitting homers. Teams don't hit home runs. They don't hit home runs. I'm sorry to get animated here, but if he went out there and completely shit the bed, I mean, what else do I say about this guy going forward? What do you say about it? Now, I want to throw this out there real quick because I'm not defending myself here. Apparently, the Yankees are 6:38 on Tuesday, guys, so be here at 6 o'clock. Just so everybody knows, 6:38 start time. Thank you to Christian from the NYYST podcast for just texting me that. Just real quick, I want to bring this up. Somebody said, oh, Robbie Ray got destroyed, and there was people like Pete who wanted him out there. Guys, I would still take Robbie Ray tomorrow. But can I say one thing, too? If Garrett Cole got shelled, I'd still want him on the Yankees next year.
Yeah.
That doesn't take away that I think Garrett Cole is some shit pitcher. If Garrett Cole ends up never being the dominating guy in the postseason, guess what? Yes, it's a failure. But you know what? The Yankees, then, as an organization, got to go find that guy. They got to find him. It's that simple. So I just expect Garrett Cole to eat the Guardians alive.
I'm with you on that, man. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like enough is enough. I mean, the guy 254 strikeouts, leads the major leagues in strikeouts. The stuff is it's not even that the stuff is there. It's between the ears, man. Go out
Big
there.
Facts.
Be able to make adjustments. And again, not to go into Sevy, but I kind of wanted to just use that point. Like, Sevy had time off. He had the Tommy John surgery. He had multiple setbacks, but he became a better player. He was just watching. A lot of times you watch you get better by sitting on the bench.
Facts.
You sit there and you watch, and you get just like, oh, I need to make adjustments. And the time off gives you time to think.
Yeah.
And now Sevy's a pitcher, so...
He even added to his repertoire too, man. He got better. That cutter he throws now is a nice one. It's sharp.
Yeah.
So he's added more, and we know who he is. So, somebody just said that McKenzie performance. Yes, and that is the same team. One thing the Guardians did, hey, their starting pitching showed up against the Rays. So look, sitting back saying, hey, I tell you what though, Yankees offense about to go off. Take it easy on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what they do with the horse? Oh, hold it up for a second.
Yeah.
Don't get too cocky too quick on that. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. Yankees offense is going to have to show up. But I do want to bring this up real quick, and this is one of the reasons why I feel like as Yankee fans, we have every right to have a lot of confidence in this situation when it comes to Garrett Cole facing the Guardians. This team doesn't hit homers. Now, my understanding is, and I don't think I'm wrong on this, I'm pretty sure I'm actually correct. I think they were like 27th in baseball in home runs. Now, we know...
Wow, 27th.
They were in the bottom of the barrel when it came to home runs as a club. What we do know is Garrett Cole typically gets hurt by the long ball. Mm-hmm. Typically gets hurt sometimes and be dominated, then all of a sudden one inning he gives him a 3-run home run. And you're like, oh, shit, here we go. And as Jay Lozano just said, Cole needs that dog mentality, 150%. That's exactly what Ra was talking about. It's between the ears for him. But looking at the lineup, you got Josh Taylor, 20 home runs. Andres Jimenez, 17 homers. Jose Ramirez, of course, which he's going to have to be the guy if they're going to go anywhere. Mm-hmm. Jose Ramirez is going to have to be the guy.
Yeah.
With the 29 bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else really on the team had more than 15. So this is not a team that goes out there and goes, hey, we're going to smack the ball all around a homer. But I think they're the youngest team in the playoffs. They're the most athletic. They play very good defense. They got very good pitching. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna throw one other wild card out there. They got Tito Francona.
Yeah.
Which means a lot. Don't discredit what a manager means to a ball club. Like, look, I've had my knocking on Boone. I've beat up on Boone a lot. I beat up on Girardi. I beat up on Joe Torre. Yeah. We all do. We all do.
Experience. Yeah, Tito has experience, man. Tons
of
experience.
But there you go. That's it. There's a big factor there with Francona.
Yeah, experience, man. He's been there.
And those guys are bought in, too. They're bought into him. They're bought into winning with him. So I think that makes a difference.
And I think that can be a little understated with Boone as well, because I do think the Yankees I think their group is kind of bought into Boone as much than we like to give him credit for.
Yeah.
Because again, at the end of the day, he does protect his players in the media, but
big time.
But none of us can verify what is being said in the locker room.
Right.
So we don't know what he's done in the locker room, and he's going out there protecting players, but he could be ripping them, while.
Yeah, it's very, very, and that's the one thing I bring that up a lot. I said, well, we don't know. Are you slamming your hand on the desk in the locker room? Are you throwing a chair across, doing a Lou Brown from Major League?
Yeah.
It's either a leg thing or a psychological thing. or a heart attack.
Yeah.
But no, is he doing that? And thanks again to Christian. Christian also said, I think somebody in the chat said it too. If San Diego wins, the Yankees will play at 7:37. So it's all up to who wins the games today, and we go from there. But looking at both lineups, when it comes to, I think, I don't know, maybe you think differently than I do, but I think Jose Ramirez is the guy you got to try to lock down. You got to try to shut Jose Ramirez down, not give him chances with men on base.
Nope. No, I totally agree. You know, he's a tremendous hitter, power hitter, and you know, Yankees just have to go at him. You know, don't walk him, but attack him. You know, we have to attack him.
100% right. I got two guys that worry me. Matter of fact, one because of Yankee Stadium in a sense for a lefty is Josh Naylor. Josh Naylor could hit a good fastball with the best of them. He's right there. And also, too, because Killer Joe can't stand him. So I want to put Killer Joe on the spot right there because Joe can't stand Josh Naylor. But Josh Naylor worries me. I mean, he's a guy that also had the 20 homers right behind Jose Ramirez with 29. But the reason Naylor worries me, of course, Yankee Stadium and getting one of those change-ups that his bat speeds up a little bit.
Yeah.
And you could poke that ball out the right field. So I think he's another guy to worry about.
Yeah, 20 home runs, 256 batting average, lefty bat. I mean, yeah, you got to be careful with him. You know,
got to be careful with those guys, especially with runners on base. Now, the other thing is too that I think favors the Yankees. They got good defense at catcher. They got guys that are quick release on the ball. Higgy's throwing some guys out. I know those numbers in front of me right now.
Yeah.
With Trevino. But I like Trevino in the sense of the guy that's handling the pitching staff and handling the base runners. He's a snap throw guy. He'll throw down the first quick. The Yankees are going to try to manage that running game because that is something that the Guardians are going to have to do. They're going to have to be smart on those bases. Yeah. They're going to have to hit and run. And Tito Francona is a guy who does this. They're going to bunt. They could win games with a sac fly or two. This is the type of things that this team does. You know, that's the way they're going to have to win. And the Yankees are going to have to be prepared for that. We're going to get to the Yankees here, but I want to stick to the Guardians for a second. But they're going to have to prepare for that style of play.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the Yankees have got burned by that. Didn't they play? They came out of the All-Star break, and didn't Houston kill them with two bunch singles?
Yes.
You know,
yes.
So, you know, teams, you know, they're definitely going to challenge the Yankees. They know what the weaknesses are, but again, at the end of the day, the Yankees have to make adjustments, man. But for the most part, I think the Yankees have been a very good fielding team. You know, with the exception of shortstop, third base has been locked down. You know, with Cabrera or Donaldson.
I was talking with Pops yesterday about Donaldson, by the way. He can't stand Donaldson. He hates him. I'm sitting there saying, but Dad, I mean, the guy, he fielded good. Screw him. They don't need him. He's all right. He's fielding good. But, no, I agree with that, man. I agree with the overall defense. I like the outfield setup. I mean, we don't know what it's going to be right now, but, I mean, my assumption is Cabrera, Bader, Judge.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
is that what you think? I don't think we see Hicks out there, do we?
Oh no, you can't. Put Hicks out there, you can't. There's no reason you don't do that. You don't do that to a young player like Cabrera, who's came up, made adjustments. So the Yankees have actually allowed him to fail only because of the circumstance. So the circumstance is that he has the ability to play multiple positions. I think if he was a left fielder only, I don't think they would have given him the shot to go out there and perform if he was just a left fielder and he wasn't a utility guy. But the fact that he's so valuable in multiple positions allows the Yankees to he gets a chance to play every day, you know, and then he gets a chance to make those adjustments that every minor leaguer needs to make in order to adapt to the big leagues, you know. So
right. But your reaction right there, I mean, that's every Yankees fan. That's every Yankee fan's reaction. So is Hicks playing? No. No, he's not playing. No way. No way in hell. So
if the Yankees want to win, Hicks has to step up and if Hicks has to go to Yankee, he has to go to Boone and be like, you know what? Cabrera needs to be out there and let him play. I'll be available off the bench, you know, if you need me for any situation, but play Cabrera.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He has to.
Teammates should do.
Facts. Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt. In that situation, you got to sit there and be like, man, you got to put this guy in.
Put your pride aside.
But before we jump over to the Yankee side, because obviously all of us in this chat, everybody here, we know what the Yankees look like. We have an idea of that. So I want to look at the enemy for a second. Looking at this starting pitching, here is something where you can make an argument. I know Yankee fans and Pete, I don't believe. You can make an argument that the Indians' overall pitching staff is better.
Yeah.
You can make an argument that they might have the Yankees in that regard. Now, the Yankees have a little more experience and things of that nature, but Shane Bieber, again, on the season, everybody knows what he already did in the postseason, but 2.88 ERA, he was 13-8, he made 31 starts. Tristan McKenzie, 31 starts, 2.96 ERA. Cale Quantrill, who I do believe we'll be seeing in Game 1, 3.38 ERA, 15-5 on the season and 32 starts. Let's see. You guys already know who Emmanuel Class is. Everybody knows who Class is. He's one of the best closers in Major League Baseball by far, bar none. He's there. 77 games. We saw what he did against the Rays. 1.36 ERA. Trevor Stephen, 2.69 ERA. 2.32 ERA. Brian Shaw was really bad this year, but he's not going to be a factor, I don't believe. But Nick Sandlin, 2.25 ERA. James Karachnak, however the hell you say his name, 2.08 ERA. So this team got guys in that bullpen that could truly shut guys down. And look, I don't know if many people want to sit there and go, the Rays are a good lineup. You can argue that all day. But they, completely shut down the Rays. Completely shut them down.
And let's be clear, Shane Bieber has pitched over 200 innings, about 200 innings. He's only given up 18 home runs. So let's not go out there thinking that we just going to just tee off on Shane Bieber. Now any pitches, on any given night, anybody can be susceptible to the home run. But I'm just saying, he's only given up 18 in 200 innings.
Facts. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Bieber's a horse, man. Tristan McKenzie is a young phenom. Tristan McKenzie got stuff that every team in baseball will want to have on their staff. Cale Quantrill are another one. There's a lot of people here. They got a team not to be underestimated.
Yeah.
And I don't believe the Yankees are going to do that. I don't. I'm just simply saying, for the Yankee fans out there that expect a cakewalk, I wouldn't quickly assume you're going to get a cakewalk here. In my humbled opinion.
My hope is to win in 4 games. But if it goes 5, I'm not going to be shocked.
That's my prediction. My prediction is Yanks in 4.
Yeah,
that's my prediction. But now the interesting part. We know who the Guardians are. We're going to see what they do. Now is the interesting part. The New York Yankees. We assume, because we do not know yet, that we know Garrett Cole is getting Game 1. I believe Boone already let that one finally be known. Hey, yeah, it's going to be Cole. Cole, Nestor, Sevy. That's 1 through 3.
Yeah.
Is that your order? Would that be your order too? 1, 2, 3?
Unless they're, I think that would be the most logical order, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see Sevy behind Cole on Game 2 based off of the way, he's been, Sevy's been pitching. Sevy's been
potentially,
with Nestor going Game 3. Who do you feel safer with? Do you feel safer with Nestor going and Sevy going Game 3?
I'll be honest, and I feel bad too because most of the offseason.
Yeah, let's just take the stuff out of it.
Well, for me, most of the offseason, I almost feel bad because I've underestimated Nestor Cortez. I even underestimated him halfway through the season. He's an easy guy to underestimate, and that's not a bad thing about him. He doesn't have the stuff of a Cole or a Sevy. So when I look
guys out in the postseason, that the stuff that you need to get guys out in the postseason.
That's 100% correct. So my thing with him is, do I want the power arms versus the team that doesn't homer? Or do I want the softer arm who may make a little more contact, even though he strikes guys out? You might have a little more better chance of contact with a team that runs a lot, moves a lot, puts the ball in play. I think it comes down to that question for Aaron Boone, and I believe personally, for me, Nestor will get the Game 2 start. Mm-hmm. I think it'll be Cole.
I think he deserves it. I think he deserves it based off the year, just based off of who he is, what he did the last game, pitched 8 innings. I think he deserves it. He 100%.
Another good point that I think you might agree on, and this was just brought up by my friend Alex Filipponi. Luis Severino is also very good at Yankee Stadium. So will that play an effect at all? It could. You're right. You might be onto something here, Rob.
Yeah.
You might be onto something.
You
might rather Nestor start in Cleveland.
Yeah.
If it, it would have to go to that. You may want him to start in Cleveland.
Yeah. Because if you get game one, if I got game two back again at Yankee Stadium with Severino on the mound, now you got another hard throwing guy that's looking to prove something. You know,
I kind of feel a little weird now.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why, I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
All off season and everything else, I've been sitting here screaming my lungs out about we need two power guys up top. That's how you win the postseason. The Yankees right now, like, and you're telling me, you're like, Pete, we got that. You know what I mean? It's like, Pete, we have that. You got Cole and Sevy back to back. You wanted two power arms. Well, he's healthy. You were worried about him being healthy. What we know of is that he's healthy.
He was dotting 100 on the paint his last start.
Wow.
You know, so
you're convincing me. This is good. This is good. You're convincing. Seriously, you're convincing me right now that it might go that route. Chad, I don't know what you guys think, but I don't know. Maybe, even Alex Filippone saying, you might want Sevy at home.
Yeah.
You might want that 1-2 punch at home.
Yeah. You get him to pitch at home. And I think Nessa can handle a road game. Like, he just doesn't seem like he would get fazed by that. I think
Right.
I think he can, handle, but I think Sevy at home, Sevy needs that because Sevy's energy at home is just he's just different right now. Sevy's
we got a super chat from my guy Jesus King Chavez. He does the Vince McMahon here. Aroldis Chapman, yeah, fire. And he is. Aroldis Chapman's on his way. Yankees were like, yeah, he's in Miami. You know what I mean? They're like, he's in Miami, fam. He's all right. But no, I love that thought process right there. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Because you're just so focused on, I'll be honest, man, I'm not trying to underestimate the Guardians, but I'm like, man, we going to the ALCS. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be that guy and then have video clips of me later be like, Guardians fans, look at this idiot. But I'm just like, I just really like this matchup for the Yankees. And I noticed even people in the chat like, guys, that pitching, man. That pitching, though, I mean, the Yankees have been so inconsistent offensively, which is true.
Yeah.
Which is true.
Yep.
I mean, would it shock anybody that we got a pitcher's duel or the Indians are up 3-1 in game 1 in the 7th inning? I don't think it should come as a shock to anybody. Would I be pissed? Of course. Is it a shock? No. Not to me. Not to me.
No, man.
So,
I think you have enough in place. You got tons of guys to back up either pitcher. So at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, who would you rather want? Going hot? Who's hotter than Sevy right now?
Nobody.
Staff. So
no, I mean, he looked unbelievable. I mean, that last outing against Texas. I mean, that first inning, if you remember, he had a couple of 3-2s. He was struggling a little bit. I mean, but after that, come on.
Don't sleep on the fact that Cole got all this money and Sevy got hurt, and he was in the same conversations in 2019 before he got hurt. He was like, "This is Cole, this guy right here. Let me give me the ball.
Yeah,
give me the ball. Let me show you what I can do."
And like my friend even just messaged me. He's right. He goes, well, the one thing too you got to remember about Sevy is that he's shown in the past he feeds off those fans.
Oh man,
he feeds off those big moments like that. I mean, he'll be energized. He'll send shockwaves through the crowd when he pitches.
I mean, with the exception of the first game that he didn't get out the first inning of the postseason. I mean, when else has he pitched poorly in the postseason? That's the one thing people remember is that one stupid game.
Let's find out. This is exactly what we're here for because we're already done with the Guardians. Let's look at Luis Severino.
Yeah.
Let's see Severino's stats. I'm going to pull it up right now. I got it right in front of me. Severino in the postseason. We can look at it. They got it very well spread out here. Okay, so he is, in his career in the postseason, he's 1-3, but we got to take a look. He has a 5.23 career postseason ERA.
Okay.
So... But let's take a look. Was there a bad game or two? He gave up 6 runs, if you remember, to Boston in 2018, which absolutely, obviously devastates him.
Yeah.
4 runs back in 2017 against Houston. But the other games, 7 innings, 3 earned runs against Cleveland. That was in 2017, as you guys already know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. And then other than that, he's never went more than 4 innings since 2017.
Yeah.
4 innings, no earned runs. 3 innings, 6 earned runs. That's the one against Boston. 4 innings, no earned runs. Last outing was 2021. He came out for the wild card games. You guys remember?
He
gave up the 1 run. So 1 and 1/3 inning, 1 run. So his numbers are not sexy in the postseason. But I'll tell you something else. Garrett Cole's numbers are very sexy in the postseason. So again, Andy Pettitte didn't know he's had. I'm not comparing these guys to Pettitte. I'm just simply saying they're gonna have bad outings. You can make up for it quickly. Severino looks better than he's looked, I think, ever. I think.
No.
Do you agree with that? David Cone said it earlier in the season. I was like, I don't know about that. Then I'm like, you know what? I think he's on to something here. He looks better than he's ever looked.
I mean, when you look at, when you think about Severino, let me pull up his overall. I mean, when you look at his overall stats, the guy can freaking pitch. I mean, Severino he's 50 and 29. In 7 years with a 3.339 ERA.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a 630%. He has a 630% winning percentage.
Pretty cool thing is for him too. His career FIP, and I know people don't like these numbers, but his career FIP is the same as FIPU. His career FIP is the same as his career ERA, which means he kind of is who he is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. There's no luck, negatives. It's just he is who he is. He's a low 3 ERA guy, and that is very good to have. That's really good to have. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean anything bad. That is all good stuff right there. So, moving on from, of course, what we're seeing from the Yankees pitch. Oh, here's a question for you. I'll run this one by you because I really don't know. Do the Yankees go with 4 starters? Do they hand the ball over to Tyone or any of these guys? I mean, is that something you would do? Or what do you think? If it comes to that 4th star, they say, yeah, we're going to go with somebody. Who do you go in that situation? Do you just piggyback him and hope 3 innings each or something?
No, I think if you're going to go, I will say this about Tyone. Like, he's an anomaly to me because there's times when he looks freaking phenomenal and there's times where he looks like he's just ready to give up eight runs. But I think if you can get Tyone on like 4 innings and then go Clark Schmidt and then build it that way, I think you'd be fine going that way with it. Like, so who would you go with? No, if we had to go a 4th starter, I don't mind putting Tyone in there and piggybacking with Clark Schmidt. Okay, then whenever if he has trouble, he hasn't pitched terrible to that point where and his most recent outings have been a little better. I think his last outing wasn't as good, but the 2 before that were fantastic. You could trust him to kind of go for you got to go inning for inning, like batter for batter after like 4 innings with Tyone in the postseason. Yeah, Jared Miller brought up a pretty good point too. In 2009, we kind of went with just a 3. Yeah. So, I mean, the Yankees could if they really want to, and these guys are kind of horses. I wouldn't be too, concerned. They're not. They're going to be letting it go. Like, they're going to let Nesta go. I think Severino doesn't have any restrictions on him. So, I think at the end of the day, my question is going to be how Boone – I don't want to see – handles it, yeah. I don't want to see what's his face? The left-handed – Lucas Lidge. Lidge? Huh? Yeah, Lucas Lidge. Yeah, it's funny. My thing with Litke is like you look at his numbers, you're like, man, he's having a pretty decent year. But I tell you what, I can't stomach seeing this guy pitch. He drives me mad. He drives me mad when he comes in. I'm like, I do not want to see this guy pitch. Nah, I do not want to see this guy pitch at all, man. It's just absolutely crazy, absolutely crazy. But going on to the offensive side, so let's do this real quick. Yeah. We know Stanton's the DH, right? Mm-hmm. Trevino's the catcher. Anthony Rizzo's the first baseman. Gleyber Torres is the second baseman. Yeah, that's it. He can, and I love DJ in the middle, but he just, Gleyber, the way he's been playing right now. And you got to have Gleyber in there as long as he's healthy. Gleyber's postseason numbers are outrageous too. Like, yeah. So, shortstop IKF. As much as I hate it, we know that's going to happen. Should be. Oh. Should be. I'll give everybody a spoiler warning right now. Okay, I'm gonna give a spoiler warning right now. I do not know if I will be able to contain myself if IKF makes a big error in a big moment and it blows something for the Yankees. Oh man, I don't know why, because I'm sorry, but I gotta blame leadership here. I would have to blame. I would call for a firing. I would have to. Yeah. You allowed this. Yep. Every fan knows it. Even we got a guy in here, Alexander Gordon, I don't know if he's in here now, loves IKF, loves him. Even he came around and said, you got to play Peraza over him. I mean, you got to put this kid in there over him. Now, I will say this. I wouldn't mind if they went Peraza and at third base IKF. I know people are like, well, Pete, what about?
I don't hate IKF. I think he's a better third baseman than the shortstop. I think Donaldson gets the starts at third base. Some people even told me, well, maybe they put Cabrera at third. Nah. It's going to be JD likely at third base and IKF at shortstop. Now, here's the question before we move on to the outfield.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does Peraza make the roster?
If they said that Matt Carpenter's coming back, right?
He's going to be there, yes. I think that's the reason he will.
Yeah.
You want to think about it, right? Trevino's not the best guy to pinch hit for. But this is my concern, too. Maybe that's why Hicks will make it, too. I hate saying that, but maybe. Yeah. But here's the problem. You're probably going to have four guys on the bench, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it's probably going to be, about 4? I think it should be 4.
Yeah, was
based on how the Yankees are doing.
Was it 20? It's expanded to 26, right? You get 26.
Yeah. I think if they had 5, that would be nice, but I think they're going to stack up that bullpen. So anyway, either way, if the only 2 guys that you look at for the Yankees and you go that you're really comfortable with pinch hitting in this situation would be IKF, maybe Bader, maybe. But I don't even think that's like realistic. And it's not going to be Trevino. Okay, so I'll rephrase this. IKF and Higgy when he catches. Because Trevino, they're not going to pinch it for Trevino. Trevino's been good.
Yeah.
So if you pinch hit for Higgy, you know Trevino's coming in. But if you pinch hit for IKF, Peraza comes in.
Yeah.
And you're not too concerned.
Yeah, exactly.
With that situation. And let's put it like this too. Well, we don't want to say if. Carpenter's going to be on the roster. Carpenter's going to get an AB almost every single game.
I don't expect, and I hate that they're doing this to him, because he's missed almost 2 months.
Yeah, you can't expect too much, but he's such a veteran, bro.
He is a veteran. If he comes in and he's just hitting right out the gate.
Would it shock you?
No, it wouldn't shock me.
Yeah, me either.
No, it wouldn't shock me, but I just hate that he's coming in that spot right now.
I just thought about something. Is he this year's Raul Ibanez? Come on, fam. Come on, Raul. Let me see you happy. Look at him. He's happy. He knows it. He knows it.
Hey, man.
Fam, you never know. Could he do it? He could do it.
Yeah.
He could do it. The good thing about him.
If he's getting AB somewhere, I just hate the fact that, he probably didn't get a chance to get any reps in any minor league games. And
they're probably doing a lot of live They're probably doing a lot of live batting practice right now with them. Simulation.
But there's no pressure. There's no pressure.
Correct.
I have no expectation from Matt Carpenter.
Yeah. As what Jake just says, Jake, no, there's no way in the world Stanton plays the outfield. 0. So it is going to be 4 on the bench. Mm-hmm. So I will give you guys my prediction right now. Higgy, Peraza, LeMahieu, and who's the last one? Who am I missing? Oh, Carpenter.
Yeah.
I think that's what they go with. I think their outfield is... but here's the tough thing. If you got anybody, God forbid, they get hurt in the outfield, you can't play Stanton out there.
Yeah.
You'll be forced to put him in right. So, do they leave off Hicks?
I think
Hicks is a son of a bitch, man. This guy's like, no, you guys are never getting rid of me. Ever.
Yeah, man.
I don't know now. That's what I'm saying. It's weird. It's odd because who's the other outfielder? I don't know can Carpenter play the outfield? Is his foot that healed?
No, man, I wouldn't even do it with him out there.
That's my thing.
I think compromising your defense out there, during a playoff situation, that's a dumb move to me. But again, the Yankees do dumb shit. So
Facts. The Yankees definitely find themselves doing some dumb shit.
Let's just throw Carpenter out there. Like, he did some running tests, and our internal numbers show that he's ready to play the outfield.
Yeah, the internal numbers. So looking at left to right, I mean, Cabrera, Bader, Judge. I mean, come on now.
And I'm telling you, Cabrera is built for. I think he's built for the postseason, man.
I do too. I do too.
Got that. I do too. He just got that it factor, man, for me.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I agree with that 100%. Li just said maybe they bring up Floria. Li, stop, fam. Come on now. Florial's not getting a chance. They didn't give this dude a chance in the regular season. You didn't give him a chance in the postseason?
Yeah.
LeCastro got a better shot at that, but I don't know, man.
And just really quickly on Josh Donaldson, because Aaron Boone kills me when he talks about Josh Donaldson when, when they're asking the questions in the post game, and he's just like, yeah, I feel like Josh is just right there. He's
He's been right there all year.
batting 222 and 478 at bats with 15 home runs. What do you? How many more at bats do you want to give him?
Hey, you know what though? I'm gonna put what you said earlier about Boone in the play right here. Boone takes the arrows for his team. You can't knock him on that. He makes himself look stupid to make his team look okay. I mean, he does. Let's be real. I'm not a huge fan of Aaron Boone. I'm not a fan of his management style. I haven't been. I like guys that are a little more aggressive. They show a little more anger. They show a little frustration. I like that. But that doesn't mean Aaron Boone, like you said, we don't know what happens in the clubhouse. But here's my thing, though. When you sit back and you take the arrows for these guys, you're gonna get yourself beat up a little bit, especially when it's so friggin' obvious. He's been saying that about Carpenter since April.
Yeah.
Since May. I mean, he's been saying the same thing. He's just right there. He's right about that. He's right about that. Yeah, look at Greg says. Greg's right. What if Gardy is on the roster?
Oh my God. Bader, we would have never had Bader.
No, imagine Gardy comes out of nowhere, but oh man, I tell you,
comes out with the Superman,
I don't know, just rips it off and just charges the field. But looking at the top of the order real quick, you think Boone sticks with the Judge leadoff?
I wouldn't.
I like what Harold Reynolds said, man.
What did he say?
Harold Reynolds said Ozzie batting leadoff. Waldo. Switch hitter, has good at bats. Another thing about him that I like a lot for a top of an order is
he walks.
He walks, yeah, but he really handles the strike zone and the bat very well.
Yeah,
he doesn't chase a lot of garbage.
Mm-hmm.
He gets into good counts. I really like him, man. I really like him.
Yeah, I think the whole Judge leadoff, had a lot to do with him chasing the record and at the end of the day, man, I think that I'm happy that he has a record and he can just kind of just focus on the postseason because I think Judge is going to be very dangerous. I just need to see him not swing at sliders low and away in the postseason.
Yeah, please don't go chasing everything. That's the last thing we need to see him do.
Yeah. But I think Stanton's right where you want him to be.
Yeah.
I think when you see Stanton taking 99 inside fastballs out in the park, he's getting. Like
if Stan gets hot, I mean, he'll carry the Yankees offense in the postseason. I mean, he's that type of bat. Like he'll carry them in the postseason.
But going back to the top of the order, so you said Cabrera, Judge, and then who you have hitting third? You have
that's basically what I'm asking. What does that top of the order look like for you? And I'm gonna get to that is Michael Parker, my friend. Ask what's the plans on the offseason. If you stick around a second, let us wrap this up here, and I'll tell you a little about what we got planned. But the top of that order,
I'm gonna write this down so I can see it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to write it down because I'll be honest with you. Like I hate people ask me all the time, Pete, what's your lineup? I'm like, bro, I don't even know off the top of my head to think about it. I mean, hell, I'll do it with you right here.
Are they doing Glaber? I mean, they're not doing. Are they doing Glaber at 3, Rizzo? Nah, are you batting Stanton 4th?
Let me see. I tell you what I'm gonna do.
Rizzo, because since DJ LeMahieu, because I saw rumblings that DJ LeMahieu might not be on the postseason on the ALDS roster.
I could see that. 4, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. And Chad, if you guys want to go ahead and do the same thing, I'm gonna go very different because I'm just a different guy like this. So I'm gonna go very, very different. I think people aren't gonna like it too much, but this is the quickest thought process I can have. Who else does his team have? IKF.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I'm missing somebody. Cabrera, Judge, Glaber, Stanton, Rizzo, Bader, IKF.
I'm missing Bader and who? Bader and Glaber, Rizzo. Who the hell am I missing? Oh, JD.
Donaldson, third base.
You got JD? You got JD in the starting lineup, right?
Yeah.
All right, you say yours and I'll say mine. If we got the same shit.
I don't think he should go. I don't think he should go Judge leading off.
And I don't know if you're doing this, but I'm not doing this in Aaron Boone's mind. I'm doing what I would do. I'm just doing what I would do.
I would probably so I would bat. Let me do it this way. So I would probably go Cabrera, Judge, Rizzo, Stanton, Donaldson, Bader, IKF, and Trevino.
Okay, we're a little different. Let me tell you what mine is. I'm going Waldo, Judge,
You okay?
Stanton, Glaber,
Stanton 3. Okay. Glaber 4. Okay.
Rizzo, JD, Bader, Trevi, IKF.
Okay.
The reason why I want my number 9 hitter to be more of a speed guy and more of a guy that puts the ball in play, because I can see situations when it's 9-1-2.
IKF 9, yeah.
If it's 9-1-2 as IKF, Waldo, Judge, that's right, switch right.
Yeah.
It also adds that balance to it, the bottom of the order, top of the order. But I also like Bader as 7, JD as 6, because you know why? Whatever he does, he does. I'm not really hiding him at all. But if he gets the situations ahead of guys like Rizzo and Glaber, maybe he'll hit a sac fly. Maybe he'll surprise you with a homer, a bigger bat in the middle of the order there. But I like Bader at 7. I really like Trevino at 8. Because let's say, for an example, Rizzo gets on JD and Bader doesn't do something. Rizzo's at second base. I like Trevi in that situation. He's been clutch all year. And that number 8 spot, for some reason, I just want a clutch guy there. And I always, number 9.
That's a great point. That's a great point. What you said, Trevino at 8, right? Trevino at 8.
I don't like him at 9 because to me, number 9, in my opinion, is the second leadoff hitter when a game gets going. He's the second leadoff hitter. And I like IKF. If it wasn't IKF, I would put Peraza at 9. Yeah. And I think that would be even better.
Yeah.
But I know the Yankees won't do this. So my roster in reality would have Peraza there in the 9th spot.
Yeah.
But thank you for everybody that actually likes that. Here's from my friend Alex here. He goes, he would do Cabrera, Judge, Rizzo, Stanton, DJ, Glaber, Donaldson, Trevino, Bader, IKF. So he wouldn't even start. No, he would start Glaber. So where's DJ playing? Rizzo's there at first. So what position you got DJ at? Third base is Donaldson. Stanton's DHing. Shortstop's IKF. So where's DJ playing there? But no, that's the roster that I would actually do and go from there. So what do you what thoughts you have?
I like your no, your lineup definitely makes a ton of sense, in that regard. So I would absolutely I would go with what you recommended as far as that.
Yeah, I guess the last thing I would wrap it up with, that I would like to wrap this show up. Oh, by the way, too, guys, go visit manscaped.com. Forgot to throw it in there, but manscaped.com, Spittaz20, Spittaz 20, Spittaz20. On top of it, October 11th, stay tuned because we got some Manscaped giveaways to give away and a few other stuff. So make sure you guys are there early for the game. And my boy Alex Filipponi did make a mistake. He's like, fuck, damn it. That's right. I forgot DJ. It's like, he ain't in the lineup. Where's he playing?
Yeah.
But last thing I want to do, chat. If you're listening on iTunes, hey, say it out loud. I don't care. What is your final prediction? Who wins the series? How many games? Raw Thompson.
As I said at the beginning, I think the Yankees in 4.
Yankees in 4. I like it. And I'm gonna sit there and tell you the same exact thing. I'm going Yankees in 4, man. Do I think it's an easy match? No, I don't. Do I think the match favors the Yankees? Yes, I do. Do I think everything we said today could fall on its face and the Indians shock us? That would not shock me at all. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. But I got the Yankees at 4. Seems everybody so far in here got the Yankees. Yankees winning at 4. Who the hell had Bader batting 4th? Who had Bader batting 4th?
Again,
L.I. Yankee King. He got to be a troll. My man got to be a troll, man. He got to.
Again, chat. Remember, these are the big 3 question marks for the Yankees going into.
Here we go. Listen, pay close attention, fam.
Cole, Garrett Cole. What is he gonna do? Right.
Yep.
The lineup. How are we gonna hit in the bullpen situation? And then 4th, which is an extra, is how Boone's gonna manage that bullpen. So those big things right there. That's going to determine if we win or not. What is Garrett Cole going to show? Now, if Garrett Cole's lights out, then we just need everybody else to kind of follow his lead. But
one of the things we missed out on is the American League, the career American League home run leader, Aaron Judge. We really didn't bring up Judge at all. So I got a question to you, Ra. Does Judge continue his unbelievable 2022 campaign into the postseason?
Yeah, I think so. I think Judge is locked in. I think he is just. I think he's still locked in. I think he went to. I think the slump was caused by anxiousness of the record, but I think
so too.
I think he's beyond that now. He got that over with. He's got that over with. I think he's locked in.
The record is his. All he knows now is if I need to continue to make my year any better, the last thing I got to do is the World Series.
Yeah.
I think that's it for Judge, is the World Series now.
If he gets the World Series, just take him to the National Reserve Bank. Just take him there.
Just drop them off outside. Say, grab whatever you need, man, and come on back home.
Gold? You take gold bricks?
Yeah, take some gold bricks, fill up a wheelbarrow, fill as many as you can carry in that barrel. You go ahead and do it, and it's all good, man, and we go from there. So, guys, before you leave, do me a major favor. Smash that like button here to the folks that are watching it right now on YouTube. Hit that like button. If you're watching on iTunes, guys, remember, leave a 5-star review. 5-star review. Last but not least, I got to say, hey, thank you to my co-host for the day, Rod Thompson. Everybody give Rod a round of applause. Let's go, man.
Yes, sir. I just got
surprised. Rod's like, hey, yeah.
I just got one question for Pete. Is it true, Michael?
Yeah, let's go. Once I was out, they pulled me back in. Oh, man. I tell you, hopefully the Yankees know it's true.
Yeah.
And as you guys know, here at Designated Spittaz, we will never come whack on a Designated Spittaz track.
Yes, sir.
Bam. Until next time, we out.
Peace.
Adios.
Before it hits the front page.